Welcome to your English class. So, students, as we are discussing about poetry, and our next poem is The Last Lesson of Afternoon. So, it has been penned down by D.H. Lawrence. तो D.H. Lawrence जो है इनका शॉर्ट नेम था, फुल नेम है डेविड हर्बर्ट रिचर्ड्स लॉरेंस. Okay, so before we start the poem which has been penned down by him, let's just read something about the poet D.H. Lawrence. So डेविड हर्बर्ट रिचर्ड लॉरेंस जो है 11 सितंबर को पैदा हुए 1885 में. ही वॉज एन इंग्लिश novelist, poet, playwright, essayist, short story writer and a literary critic. So much multi-talented poet. Okay, his collected works represented a reaction against the industrial revolution and modern civilization, which he believed had dehumanized मैनकाइंड. ओके, सो मेन जो थे इनके यही कारण थे, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन एंड मॉडर्न सिविलाइजेशन, जो ये मानते हैं कि उन्होंने जो है मैनकाइंड को डिह्यूमनाइज कर दिया. डिह्यूमनाइज मीन्स अमानवीयकरण कर दिया उनका. लॉरेंस कन्फ्रंट्स इश्यूज रिलेटिंग टू इमोशनल हेल्थ एंड वाइटलिटी. ओके, तो ये जो थे इश्यूज थे spontaneity, human sexuality and instincts. These are the issues relating to emotional health. इनकी emotional health भी इससे ख़राब हो जाती थी. Lawrence's opinions and earned him many enemies and he endured official persecution. So लॉरेंस के जो ओपिनियंस थे उनको और बहुत सारे एनिमीज उसके कारण बन गए उनके, एंड उनको बहुत बार एंड्योर करना पड़ा परसिक्यूशन को. Okay, persecution means ill treatment. Then censorship and misrepresentation of his creative work throughout the second half of his life. ठीक है, तो कोई भी इनको जो है ज़्यादा पसंद नहीं करता था, उनको हमेशा क्रिटिक थे वो, इसलिए देन सेंसरशिप उनको जो है मिली. तो दिस इज़ व्हाट happens in the first half of his life. Much of time spent in a voluntary exile, which he called savage pilgrimage. At the time of his death, his public reputation was that of a pornographer who had wasted his considerable talent. However, E.M. Forster, in an obituary notice, challenged this widely view, describing him as the greatest imaginative novelist of our generation. सो कुछ क्रिटिक्स थे एंड समवट उनके जो हैं बहुत फ्रेंड्स भी थे, जिनमें से एक जो थी E.M. फॉरेस्टर थे. ठीक है, लेटर द इन्फ्लुएंशियल कैम्ब्रिज क्रिटिक F.R. Lewis championed both his artistic integrity and his moral seriousness, placing much of Lawrence's fiction within the great tradition of the English novel. Lawrence is now regarded as one of the finest novelists of English literature. His major works include The White Peacock, Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow, Women in Love, and Lady Chartley's Lover. Okay? Then, The Last Lesson of the Afternoon, जो है, this is the poem in your book. Okay, Last Lesson of the Afternoon expresses a mood of bitter desperation of a thanklessness of a teacher's work. So thanklessness means not expressing gratitude. So the speaker of the poem, who happens to be teacher, compares his students with the hounds. Hounds means शिकारी कुत्ते आप बोल सकते हो. Okay, who hate to chase knowledge. The teacher has failed to inspire them. He thinks that his teaching and the pupils' learning are both purposeless, as he can no longer hold them and urge them anymore. The teacher has failed to inspire them. He thinks that his teaching and the pupils' learning are both purposeless, as he can no longer hold them and urge them anymore. So this is all about the theme of the poem. Now we will start with a short summary, brief summary. This poem reflects the mental state of a teacher who finds his students unwilling to learn and in spite of all his efforts. The teacher has come to the conclusion that he is engaged in a futile activity, When the learner is not willing to learn, there remains no point in forcing him to learn. So the teacher has lost all interest in his teaching. He's sitting in the class with 60 indifferent students in front of him. The only thing he can do is to wait for the last bell to go. The teacher compares himself to a hunter and his students to a hounds. If the hounds are unwilling to hunt, what can the poor hunter do? Similarly, if the students are unwilling to hunt for knowledge, what can the poor teacher do? He can simply wait for the last bell to go and run back home. So there is no purpose for a teacher what to do when the children are not willing to learn. So it is all about that poem. It is a very serious poem about a teacher, okay, who has failed to urge his students. So let's get started with the poem. When will the bell ring and end this weariness? How long have they tugged the leash and strained apart? My pack of unruly hounds, I cannot start them again on a query of knowledge. They hate to hunt, I can haul them and urge them no more. So, firstly, weariness means thak jana, okay, in Hindi, and being tired in English. Then, tugged the leash. Leash means, tugged means कसकर खींचना, ठीक है. लीश मीन्स पट्टा. स्ट्रेन्ड अपार्ट मीन्स जोर से खींच कर दौड़ना, ओके. अनरूली मीन्स जिनको हम रूल नहीं कर सकते, वो बेकाबू हैं, वो हमारे काबू में नहीं आ सकते. एंड हाउंड्स, एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, शिकारी कुत्ते, ठीक है, जो शिकार करने में यूज़ होते हैं, ठीक है. क्वारी मीन्स शिकार किया जाने वाला पशु. देन हॉल मीन्स बहुत मेहनत या कठिनाई से किसी चीज़ को खींचना. दैट इज़ व्हाट यू कॉल हॉल, ओके. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, in these opening lines of the poem, a teacher is sitting in front of his students in the class. He is feeling very, means very tired. He is anxiously waiting for the bell to ring. तो अगर बच्चे पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं, बच्चे उसकी बात नहीं मान रहे हैं, and that is the only thing the teacher finds to do, that just wait and for the last bell to ring. So the hounds have been tugging the leash for a long time and trying to break free. So जो लीश उन पे डाली गई है वो तोड़ना चाहते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा खींच रहे हैं. They don't want to learn. The teacher calls his students a pack of unruly hounds, okay. He finds it impossible to set them on a quarry of knowledge because they hate to hunt. The word quarry has here a double meaning, okay, and it means an animal that is being haunted, and the other meaning, it also means a place from where large amount of marble extra can be dug out, okay. And but we can use the first meaning, that is animal that is being hunted. The teacher means to say that his students hate to hunt in the quarry of knowledge in the same way as some unruly hounds might refuse to hunt an animal. The teacher says that he can no longer force or coax them, okay. So moving on to other lines. No longer now can I endure the brunt of the books that lie out on the desk, a full 60 of solemnly work that they have offered me. I am sick. What on earth is the good for it all? What good of them or me I cannot see, okay. सो एंड्योर मीन्स सहन करने की शक्ति, मैंने आपको बताया था. ब्रंट मीन्स झटका, धक्का लगना. 60 मीन्स 60 बोल सकते हो आप, ठीक है. सॉलमली जो है मतलब एक गंदा, बैड हैंड राइटिंग ऐसे बोल सकते हो. वर्क मतलब वही होमवर्क. एंड ऑफर्ड मीन्स जो मतलब किसी को दिया जाता है, जैसे आप अपने टीचर को काम देते हो, ऑफ़र करते हो, ओके. तो दैट इज़ मतलब दिखाया गया या दिया गया, ठीक है. देन सिक मीन्स जो है ऊब जाना, हम तंग हो जाते हैं किसी चीज़ से, हम बोलते हैं वी आर सिक ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, ओके. सो देन व्हाट ऑन अर्थ, तो व्हाट ऑन अर्थ हम बोल सकते हैं कि मतलब क्या हो जाएगा या इस भला क्या हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो ये वर्ड्स हम यूज़ करते हैं। सो नाउ moving on to explanation of the lines. The teacher sees books open out of the desk in front of him. He knows that the students have no interest in them. So the sight of these books gives him an irritation. ठीक है, जब पढ़ नहीं पा रहे हैं बच्चे तो that is a very very horror irritation. He says that he can no longer hear their brunt. He also sees before him 60 homework notebooks. He has been given these to check and correct. Students have done their homework in a very very dirty and untidy manner. Okay, so the teacher is sick of all this. He finds no good in what he is doing. It has no longer good or for him for the students. The teacher fails to understand what good there could be in their futile teaching and learning. Okay, so shall I take my last dear fuel of life to heap on my soul and kindle my will to a flame that shall consume their dross of indifference and take the toll. तो अब जहाँ पे फ्यूल है शक्ति, ठीक है, किंडल मीन्स जो है उसको जलाना, देन ड्रॉस मीन्स जो है रबिश जिसको हम बोलते हैं कूड़ा करकट, ठीक है। इनडिफरेंस मीन्स जो लापरवाह होते हैं, ठीक है। टॉल मतलब जैसे आप ये आप ट्रैवल कर रहे हो तो टॉल आता है ना, अभी जम्मू जाते टाइम भी टॉल आता है, तो वो टॉल जो हम जो है रोड के लिए देते हैं, ठीक है। तो वो हो गया टॉल, मतलब एक तरह का कर जिसको आप रेवेन्यू भी बोल सकते हो, ठीक है। देन moving on to explanation. In these lines, students, the poet expresses the firm decision that he has taken. He says that he will no longer waste the fuel. Fuel means जो उसकी अपनी एनर्जी है उसको उसने फ्यूल के साथ कंपेयर किया है कि वो फ्यूल जो है अब वो और वेस्ट नहीं करेगा उन बच्चों के पीछे, जो बच्चे जो हैं वो पढ़ना नहीं चाहते हैं, कुछ सीखना नहीं चाहते हैं। सो द पोइट जस्ट has decided not to waste his energy of his life, which he values so much. He will use this fuel to kindle a flame in his soul. अब वो कहता है कि वो एनर्जी वो अपने सोल में पैदा करेगा, ठीक है। तो उसको ज़रूरत नहीं है कि वो बार बार वो एनर्जी थोड़ी सी जो बच गई है वो वेस्ट करे। द ड्रॉस ऑफ इंडिफरेंस एंड टेक द टोल। अब वो कहता है कि उनको तो कोई फ़र्क पड़ने नहीं वाला, ठीक है, वो लापरवाह हैं, उनको कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ेगा। सो ही विल कंज्यूम और बर्न डाउन ऑल द ड्रॉस ऑफ इंडिफरेंसेस ही हैज़ रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम हिज स्टूडेंट्स। सो ऑन द रोड ऑफ हिज लाइफ स्टूडेंट्स, उनकी जो इंसल्ट्स हैं ऑफ देयर इंसल्ट्स इन पनिशमेंट आई विल नॉट, वो कहता है कि जस्ट इन द रोड ऑफ हिज लाइफ ही जस्ट डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट हिज लाइफ फ्यूल, लाइफ एनर्जी, ठीक है। नो लॉन्गर गिव पैसेज टू देयर इंसल्ट्स एंड रिसीव द टॉल इन द फॉर्म ऑफ पनिशमेंट्स। ओके, तो वो पनिशमेंट टाइप की ही है उसके लिए कि जो वो जितना भी उसने अपने बच्चों को सिखाया बच्चे उसको सीख नहीं पाए, दैट इज़ अ पनिशमेंट फॉर हिम। I will not, I waste my soul and my strength for this. What do I care for all that they do amiss? अब वो कहता कि मुझे केयर ही नहीं करनी है क्योंकि बहुत हो गया, बहुत पढ़ा लिया, बहुत सिखा लिया, बहुत समझा लिया, बट इट मेक्स नो डिफरेंस। ओके, so in other words, he will no longer bear the insults and give them punishments in return. The poet expresses a firm resolve that he will bear all this no longer. He will no longer waste his soul and strength for this futile exercise. Now he doesn't care a fig for all the wrong things that they do. तो वो उसको बिल्कुल भी फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है, वो कुछ भी करे, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर आगे पोइट क्या बोलता है? What is the point of their teaching of mine and of this learning of theirs? It all goes down the same abyss. वो बोलता है कि he just find that his students have no interest at all in learning. So he sees no point of his teaching in their learning. Okay, what does it matter to me if they can write a description of a dog or if they can't? What is the point to us both? It is all my aunt, and yet I'm supposed to care with all my might. अब वो ये बोल रहा है कि उसको कोई भी फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है बच्चे पढ़ें या ना पढ़ें, उनको सिखाएं या ना सिखाएं, क्योंकि वो उनकी जो है इस एटीट्यूड से बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हो चुका है. ठीक है. So he just feel that it is a wastage of time and energy for both of them. All such teaching and learning is going into a bottomless pit. So the teacher has taken a decision. He has stopped worrying. Now he doesn't care whether the students can write few lines on a topic. मतलब कोई भी टॉपिक उसको दे दिया जाए, जैसे कि डॉग पे दे दिया जाए, तो उसको ये फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है कि वो उस पर भी लाइनें लिख रहे हैं, उनको वो भी आता है या नहीं आता है. ठीक है. इनफैक्ट इट डजेंट मैटर बोथ टू द टीचर एंड द स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो, एंड येट द टीचर इज सपोज टू गिव हिज बेस्ट केयर टू द स्टूडेंट्स. बट हाउ कैन वन टेक केयर ऑफ समवन who doesn't want to be cared for? Okay, it is very very difficult for anybody. तो यहाँ पर टीचर हैज़ टेकन हिज फाइनल डिसीजन. ही डजेंट वॉन्ट टू टीच सच स्टूडेंट्स एंड विल नॉट टीच दैम. वो यहाँ बोल रहा है ना, आई विल नॉट एंड आई विल नॉट वेस्ट. ओके, सो येट आई एम सपोज टू केयर might, I do not, will not, they won't and they don't, and that's all. वो कहता है कि मैं भी नहीं करना चाहता, वो भी नहीं करना चाहते, बस बहुत हो चुका. I don't want to urge them. ठीक है. This is all very clear. So the teacher decides to keep his strength for himself. I shall keep my strength for myself. They can keep theirs as well. Why should we beat our heads against the wall? तो वो वॉल्स पे सर टकराने से कोई भी फ़ायदा नहीं है. ठीक है. दे कैन यूज़ इट द वे दे लाइक टू. देर इज़ नो नीड फॉर द टीचर और द स्टूडेंट्स टू बीट देयर हेड्स अगेंस्ट द वॉल फॉर ईच अदर. Having made this decision, the teacher sits down in the class and waits for the last bell to ring. Okay. So this is all about the last lesson of the afternoon. So thank you, students.